name is Zachary Sowards. I'm going to be presenting to you today on TechCom Incorporated. Just a brief overview of what my presentation will be about. I want to talk to you about what TechCom is currently. At the School of Mines, we're all required to take technical communications, but why is that? What's the importance behind it? And I also want to talk about what needs to change. We won't be giving this proposal speech unless something needed to change about it, something was wrong with it. I'll present to you how we can fix it and why I think this fix will work, and then I'll kind of wrap it all up in the end. First of all, what is TechCom? As I already said, it is a graduation requirement for all of us, but why is this? What is it supposed to teach us in the end? It's supposed to teach us workplace communication. It's supposed to teach us letters, emails, instructions, kind of the basic communications that we're going to need in the workplace that we'll be using once we're out of college here. One thought I do want to propose before I kind of go into everything is if we're supposed to be learning workplace communication, how can we do that in a classroom setting? This doesn't feel like a workplace, does it? Going into what is wrong with TechCom. I mean, almost all of us in our presentations have said that TechCom is boring. During my research, I found this guy named Bill Lucas, and he wrote an entire book called Learning to Learn about what it takes to learn. And his big topic was you have to be actively engaged in order to learn. When you are actively engaged, you learn deeper and you learn easier. And I think that's one of the main aspects that's missing in technical communications right now is we're not actively engaged. We come to class, we sit in a chair and we listen to a lecture. We go home and write a piece of paper and then we bring it back and get a grade. There's no feedback. We get a score, but we never get to improve ourselves. We don't get in a video game, you get a die, but then you get to go back and change something to progress, and we don't get to do that in class. So my fix is to change the class. Take out all these desks and chairs and bring in a conference table. This is kind of what I'd like it to look like. Make it feel like a workplace. We're supposed to be learning workplace communication. Why not do it in a workplace setting? Have no more than 20 chairs, and that'll limit the class size so that students will have more one-on-one time with the professor to be able to ask questions and get feedback from him. And instead of a professor and instructor, why not make him a CEO? Make this whole class an artificial corporation. Have the professor a CEO of it, and he's going to assign projects to people. Instead of lecturing, he'll be giving the companies guidelines for styles of different formats of writing, like letters, emails. So he'll be giving the style guidelines for the company, and then he'll be assigning projects. Some of my games were letters. I already presented that to you. Email. Maybe he's got a customer that has emailed him that is upset about a project or about a product, and he gives you an assignment to write a response email to this person to kind of diffuse the situation. It'll give meaning to that assignment of I'm writing this email to save my company instead of just writing this email to get a grade. Kind of going into the scoring of it, I don't believe a grade is really adequate reward. I know the School of Mines has set it up that every class has to have a grading system behind it, so you get an A or a B, but why not make the students standing in the class based on a salary? Everybody starts with $100,000, and then every mistake that they make on the projects that were assigned gets a demotion from that salary. So say you messed up big time and writing a set of instructions, and so you get $3,000 deducted from your salary. And kind of the scale is a 90 to 100, in the end you're going to need a grade, so a $90,000 to $100,000 salary would be equivalent to an A, 80 to 90, a B, etc. And also in the workplace, people are given the time to do overtime, to kind of show their hard work and put in extra time to show that they're trying to improve themselves. Why not incorporate this into the classroom of, yeah, I wrote that email and I messed up on it, but I'll put in extra work to go back and rewrite it and get a new grade, or maybe get a promotion off of that demotion you already got. It'll allow the students to understand that if they do their work the time, they don't have to go back and do overtime, but they have a chance to go and improve themselves afterwards. Yeah. So kind of to wrap everything up, Tech Commons is flawed. It's boring. We come to class and we're not actively engaged. Like that guy, Bill Lucas, he said that we learn the best when we are actively engaged, and I don't believe that's happening. We sit here, and some of you are just dozing off right now. Like, we're not actively engaged. We're not part of the learning process, and I mean, it's not becoming important to us. There's no meaning behind it. That's what I would like to change. By stripping all the chairs out and creating an artificial workplace, I think it'll give it more meaning. It'll give it kind of a more understanding to us of what it's going to be like in the future, of maybe sitting in a boardroom talking about stuff. The teacher's not standing up here in front of the class presenting. He's at the head of the table showing you the guidelines for the company. I think I would learn better in an environment like that, and I guess that's why I think my proposal is the best. It provides realistic opportunities for us to learn. Are there any questions?